Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Professor Spira, and I would like to thank you. I would like to thank you for the years of support. It's been a wild journey. Those of you that's been around a while, Mucus-free life. Before that, started arnolderrett.us around 2012. Before that, I was on Facebook talking about Arnold Errett, the Mucus Diet Healing System. Had an early version of the Facebook support group, which of course didn't have many people in it. And before that was the original, or what was left of the original Arnold Errett fan club that was still being run. It was online, it was a forum, but it wasn't a whole lot of activity in there. And it's the early days, when I'd say early days, around 2003, 2004, that existed. And it's just been a wild journey to go from when I started practicing the diet around 2002. I didn't think anybody was going to be ready for it yet. I knew that large groups of people and eventually the masses would be exposed to Mucus Diet Healing System and Arnold Errett's work. I knew that I was going to have something to do with helping to get the message out, but I didn't anticipate that it could be done now, that the interest would be there now. You go back 15 years, for those of you that have been around this whole time, you know that you couldn't even say the word vegetarian, much less vegan, much less plant-based. You couldn't even say vegetarian without people tearing your head off. To suggest that you forego the eating of pus-forming foods, it was like you were cussing somebody out to their face. And it's so different today. Of course, there's still those folks out there, and there's still people, of course, that rail against what we stand for and just trying to transition away from pus and mucus forming foods and the original plant-based diet. But it's different. It's different now, because back then there was no vegan labels, there was no plant-based marketing on items at the store. There was an effort to try and ignore that. I think the powers that be that sold all of those foods, they want to say, okay, let's ignore this. How long can we ignore that? Back then there wasn't any vegan or vegetarian restaurants, and there was very, very few people that seriously practiced Arnold Errett's Mucus Diet Healing System. And my mission has been to make the information available, create some kind of support system or community of people that are interested in this path, the Mucus Diet Healing System path, that find value in Arnold Errett's work. And I'm just so thankful to those of you that have been there, those of you that are just finding out about it now. I just give you guys a lot of gratitude, because it's hard. And I know it's hard for you and your family life and your situation, but it can get challenging on this side of the fence, dealing with a lot of negativity. And I elected to be on the front line of that kind of thing, and it can wear on you a little bit. You know, I've developed ways to try to deal with some of the more negative aspects of putting forth this kind of information into the world. You know, I try to be real careful about different things that I do and the way that I move. I've always been interested in appealing to people that are already oriented in this direction, is already interested in what we're talking about, as opposed to trying to do really aggressive kind of campaigns where where you're pushing stuff in people's face. I don't think that's not effective for this. Not the mucus diet healing system. That type of, at least not now. Maybe in 10 years that'll be the way to go. Right now, the foundation of this has to be from people that are intelligent enough, first of all, to get it, to see the potential of what can be done going down this path. And the ones that have some longevity will be the ones that are able to resist the temptation of being too aggressive, to resist the temptation of being overzealous, expecting too much too fast. Those that really dedicate themselves to working the system, the mucus diet healing system. There's a lot of people that want to try to be mucusless or be on the mucusless diet, or to try to be fruit only. Eric didn't talk about that, and I have to defend that constantly, because there's a lot of people that are trying to claim fruitarianism or be eating nothing but fruit for periods of time, and they feel good for a little while. Then all of a sudden they go through some nasty elimination, or they can't handle it, or they start feeling some sort of way, and they want to blame the fruit. And in doing so, they try to also blame Arnold Ehret's work. When, if you've read the Mucus Diet Healing System and you really looked at it, you'll understand that a huge part of the healing system, is transition diet. And our teachings are to incorporate the healing system, the transition, the other elements, short-term fasting, colon irrigation, a few other naturopathic approaches, but particularly transition diet, to incorporate that into your life, because this is not a short-term fix. And I try to tell people, if you want a short-term thing, study something else. This is not about a short-term, quick fix, heal yourself overnight thing. It's just not that. This is supposed to be a gentle, therapeutic, and permanent process where you transform your physiology permanently. And I always try to give the disclaimer, it's not an easy path. If you want something that's going to feel good 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I don't know of the existence of that type of path, but if you're expecting that over here, we never claim that. This is work. This is hard work. This is pioneering work. Pioneers doing something as a group of people that has not been done in modern so-called history. So takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of dedication, strong character. Attitude and character, that's been a theme of mine that I've really been interested in thinking about lately. And I can sometimes separate people based on their attitude. What's your attitude like? Practicing the mucus diet, I've seen, takes a certain attitude, just this attitude that I'm gonna do this regardless. I'm not gonna make excuses in the world around me and my family and in my social situation, and those are all challenges that we all have to face. But people that have the attitude that is like, yeah, it acknowledges it can be hard and these are challenges, but it's not an excuse. I'm not gonna stop because I can't get a date this weekend, because I can't find someone that's plant-based eating or that'll read the Mucus Diet book. So these are kinds of things that I'm seeing are starting to shift. This is getting better and better, but I want to get to more people, orient more people to the transition, because that's all I already see. That's pretty much going to be what I teach. Like that's what, when people think of mucus-free life or Professor Spira, I want them immediately be like transition diet, not year-long fasting and all fruit dieting and all these other things that are more extremist that people who have practiced the mucus diet have done. But there's people that also have practiced the mucus diet that have practiced for years and years and just gone really slow in terms of their transition. And so I would rather see somebody be a little more conservative and go a little slower with the transition and last for years than to try and feel like you gotta eat nothing but fruit tomorrow, or you gotta, and all these kinds of things. Again, get attributed to Eric when he did not support that. So as always, I recommend and encourage you to really dig into the literature, read Arnold Ehret's work. I got material out, a lot of free material on the website, all of that stuff. But it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you that showed interest over the years. Because at some point I would have put some stuff out, but I would have stopped promoting the mucus diet and getting out there if I didn't think that enough people were ready. You know, because I wouldn't take my time to do that if you weren't ready. I'm not interested in being pushy at all and pushing anybody into anything they're not ready for. This is about information, the transfer of information. And my job has just been to try my best to make the information available, put it in as easy to understand terms as possible, and to inspire the development of community around this common cause, this common interest, an interest group, people interested in Professor Arnold Ehret's work and the mucus diet healing system and the mucus-free lifestyle. And so again, this video has been to thank you guys. I'm not pushing anything. There's not a sales pitch or anything at the end of this. This is basically just, I want to thank you. And I assure you that there's going to be some great content coming up in 2019. We have a lot of plans. I know I haven't made a video or posted a video here on YouTube for a while. So I just wanted to reach out to you guys. I'm still here. We're still going strong. A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And I really look forward to bringing you some great mucus diet healing system content over the next several months here in year 2019 and beyond. So again, just much gratitude. Thank you so much for the support. Couldn't do this, or I say I wouldn't do all this without you, without the support and the love. It doesn't do anything. You know, it's just sort of yelling out into the universe, but no one can hear. I'm just so thrilled that there's so many of you that hear and that are willing to listen. And when I hear stories about, you know, people falling asleep to my videos and listening over and over again and going over some of these long live videos that we do that's 3 hours long, and people say, you know, I can see from the data in the analytics of YouTube, people are watching all of the video, the whole thing. And so I'm just really privileged, and I'm just so happy that you all are able to get something from what I'm saying and what I produce here on this channel. So again, I thank you so much. And until next time, peace, love, and breath.